Welcome everyone to today's video. Today I am doing another camera backpack review. It has been a while since I've done a camera backpack review. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out right there, or I will also have it linked down in the description. That was more of a budget camera backpack, but the camera backpack I'm reviewing today is on a complete different level. Today we're taking a look at the PGYTECH OneMo camera backpack. So this camera backpack right here was released on Kickstarter in October 2019, around the same time that the Peter McKinnon camera backpack was released on Kickstarter. So in some ways, these are two competing bags. They are both higher end bags, although this costs around half of what the Peter McKinnon bag costs. So this bag is coming in at around $200, so fairly pricey for a camera backpack. But when you take a look at it next to something like the Peter McKinnon bag, which costs $400, it starts to look a lot cheaper. So we're going to take a look at the outside of this bag first of all, and then we're going to do the inside and then go over pros and cons of this bag. So if you're actually serious about buying this bag, chances are you've watched other reviews on this bag, and I don't just want to do this exact same stuff that all the other reviews are doing on this bag. So I'm going to be doing some testing with this. I want to offer some perspective that you may not have thought of before. I want to take a look at it from a little bit of a different lens than just what this camera backpack has to offer. First things first, this is a 25-liter bag with an extension that will bring it to a 30-liter bag. So as you can see, this thing is fairly sizable, pretty thick. It can hold a lot of equipment. So this thing is made out of a polyester and polyurethane material. This outside feels very tough. It is scratch resistant, tear resistant, and water resistant. This thing really feels like it is built to last. So if we turn this bag around right here, you can see the straps are tucked into these pockets nicely right here. So if you want to get these things out of your way and use this thing almost more like you would use a suitcase, you can just tuck those into here. The straps won't just be flopping all around. So these just come out like this. They have the straps for your bag right here. Of course, adjustable. And then you also have two adjusters right here. You can adjust for weight distribution on your back. So the left strap right here has a sweet pocket. You can pop like a pocket knife in there, a small flashlight, whatever you need, just a nice little pocket right there. If you need quick access to something, you could probably even fit like a credit card in there if you'd want to. Over on this other strap right here, there are two places to stick a lens cap if you just want to pop off a lens cap and you just want somewhere to put it for a couple minutes. You can slide it into one of those. They have several different sizes. They're elastic. They hold pretty well. They can definitely get bumped out, but they do hold pretty well. The straps have a nice amount of padding without being too bulky, so that is really nice. I'm just gonna tuck these back in here for now, and we will keep moving around the bag. So this thing does have a chest strap to relieve some of that pressure from off your back, so that is nice, although it does not have the waist straps that you'll often see on a camera backpack. So if we turn this bag over to this side right here, we see several pockets right here. So we have the water bottle holder right here. So this is also likely where you're going to want to put your tripod. Tripod leg or two can drop into where the water bottle is, and then it has a strap right here, and then a sweet little pocket up here. We're going to have a small zipper pocket, some elastic straps, and then it has a strap right here with a very nice metal clasp that will extend and then connect to a hook over here, and then that just tightens down like that. So when you're not using that, you can just put that back over here, and then it will not interfere with you getting to this pocket. So doing a 180 on this bag, we'll come over to the other side and you'll see some more zippers. These are both side access. This pocket right here will go to where you will normally store your camera. So this is the side access. If you want to quickly grab your camera out of your bag, that's where you're going to do it. And then an RIDF protected pocket over here so no one can scan your credit card. If you stick your wallet in there, great place for a wallet. It's awesome that they add that safety feature in there. That's very cool. So you don't often see multiple side accesses in a camera backpack, and that's something that's definitely new for me. So where does this lead to? This leads to actually a second bag, which we will get back to later. So that's what those two side access pockets are right there. And now we'll move around to the front of the bag. And then if you want to take this bag from 25 liters all the way to 30 liters, there's a zipper right here on the front. Just unzip this right here and boom, it extends and you have a full 30 liters. So then this opens up here at the top, of course, to a very large pocket, and then it has an elastic strap on the inside to hold a gimbal or stabilizer. So when you zip this back up, it goes back down to your standard 25 liters. Now, a feature that is sweet is there are these little loops everywhere on the bag. There are 4 on the top, 1 on each side here at the bottom, and then 1 on each side here on the middle. And it comes with some straps so you can strap stuff to the outside. So there are a lot of options to carry stuff even on the bag and not just in the bag. So even though this material is water resistant, it does still come with a rain cover, which is very cool. If you get, in a heavy downpour, you may want to use this. You can throw this thing on. And then here at the top, there is a little bit more of a rain cover that pulls out and folds over to cover even a little bit more of the backpack. So on the bottom of this is actually where the rain cover is stored, in this little pocket held closed by some Velcro, and then your rain cover is right here. I don't actually like to keep my rain cover in there because it makes so the backpack doesn't stand up as straight and tall, and I just personally don't appreciate that. Now there's very possibly a way that you could fold this to make so that it would stand better, but I have just been skipping out on even keeping the rain cover with me. So one other thing I want to mention here on the outside of the bag yet, before we take a look at the inside of the bag, is the handles. Now most backpacks will generally just have one handle right on the top. Now this one does have this standard top handle, but it also has a handle right here on the side, and also one on the back. So now we get to the fun stuff. We're gonna open up this bag. We're gonna take a look at the inside. So the main access of this bag is going to be through the back. So zipper will go the whole way around, and it will open a little bit like a suitcase. So we're just gonna dive in, starting right here. This is your laptop sleeve right here. So your laptop will slide in there. It's a little bit heavy to be flipping this around with a laptop in there. It works out, it's fine. Luckily, it is pretty thick and padded pretty well, so I don't think you really have to worry about it, but it can be a little inconvenient. So on the inside of this, it actually has a smaller elastic area. If you have like a smaller laptop or even something like a tablet, you can slip it inside of there. So then we move over here to the main section of the camera backpack. This is where your camera's sitting, your lens is sitting. Really, most of your camera equipment is gonna be probably sitting right here. Your camera will sit right here, and then you have the side access right there. Although this is very customizable, you really can make this however you want. The dividers are just Velcroed to the side. You can do with them as you wish. These dividers are very interesting. They're kind of like a double layer divider where you can fold it down, and it can basically make so the backpack is less deep. You can set stuff like on the bottom, layer it, and then set stuff on top. So that's cool, that's very unique. So now we get into the very interesting, very unique part of this camera backpack, and that is the second bag. So inside of this camera backpack is actually a second bag that can either be accessed through like the general way that you're gonna open this bag, or the side access over here on this side. So if you open up this side access right here, that will fold out, and then you have a handle on the side of this bag, and then that pulls out like that. So why have a bag inside of a bag? This is actually optional when you buy the bag. You can actually just get the camera backpack without this thing. It's a little bit cheaper, but this thing is great if you have a drone. You can, like, for example, put all your drone stuff in here, or put your B-roll lenses in here, or your vlog lenses in here, or all your GoPro stuff. So it's great for sorting, like if you have a specific subgroup of camera equipment that you want all in one spot, this is great for that. So if you open this bag up here, it opens like that, and this is what all the straps come in, the straps to strap stuff to the outside, as well as some other stuff that I will get to in just a second. So this is set up basically like the backpack, where it has Velcro dividers that you can do with as you please. These also have the dual layer thing with them. If that's something you want to use, that's cool. And then it has this mesh zippered pocket on the inside of the top flap. So there is another pocket here on top if you don't even want to open the whole thing. So there's another option right there. So you may think that's about all there is to show in this little bag, but it actually has a lot more to offer, which is very cool. So if this bag isn't big enough, you need to get more into this bag, no issue there. Come on. Don't do this to me. Don't make a fool of yourself. No issue there, because did it again. What the hang? No issue there, because this bag also has an expansion to it with this zipper right here. This all lifts up to give you even way more space. And then this is accessed through this zipper right here, which comes undone like that, and you have all that extra space to do with as you wish. So space should be no issue with this little bag, but you may be wondering if it's expanded, how is it gonna fit in the bag? Well, if it's expanded, it won't. But this bag can be used far beyond just in the camera backpack. And this is where some of these straps come in. So this right here is a shoulder strap that will hook onto either side of your bag, onto these two loops right here, just like that. Very simple, very quick. And then you have a shoulder bag. But maybe you don't want a shoulder bag, maybe you're more of a fanny kind of guy. No problem. Comes with a waist strap that will hook to these two loops right here, and then it can go around your waist as a fanny pack. I'm not gonna lie, if you wear a fanny of this of this girth, you're gonna look like an idiot. I mean, you sure can if you want to. I mean, you know, not everything's about looks, but you are gonna look pretty doofy wearing this thing as, you know, a fanny pack. But if that's something you're into, go for it. Care not what I think, but you're gonna look like an idiot. So that about does it for this smaller bag. So we're going to move back over to the larger bag. So back to the main bag right here in this main compartment. So if you don't like that bag, or if you do like it and you just want to use it separately, that is totally cool. You can use this camera backpack completely without that secondary bag. So it comes with some extra dividers down here. You can just go like this. You can even take the dividers out of the other bag, put them in here, whatever you want. They're just endless options. So there's also a little mesh pocket over here on this side. There are just little pockets and features just packed everywhere on this bag, and I love it. But my favorite feature of this entire bag, pretty close anyway, has to be over on this side access, also accessible from the main compartment, are these battery compartments. Now, as you know, if you have a bunch of batteries in your camera backpack, it can be a real pain trying to figure out which ones are charged and which ones are dead. This eliminates that problem with these little battery indicators right here. So if it's green above the battery, just pull it out, stick this in your camera, you're ready to go. Take the old one, put it back in there, and just slide it over to the red, and now you know that it's dead. I just absolutely love that feature. So there are several ways to get this thing out of your bag. You can grab it like this, or you can use this handle to pull it out the side. So that about does it for the features of this bag. It does take a while to go over all of them. There are just so many features. But just simply features are not always enough to prove a bag. For example, how durable is this thing? How long is it going to last? Am I gonna need to buy a new one within a year? All good stuff to be checking out. So this thing actually comes with a 1-year warranty on it, which is fantastic for 2 reasons. One, because if anything goes wrong with it, they'll send you a new one, which is just phenomenal. There's so much less risk. When you're spending $200, you don't want to be at a very high risk, so it's great that they have that on there. And 2, it means that they have a lot of confidence in the product that they're selling, because they don't want to be shipping a ton of these things out free. I'm sure they're not cheap to make. So I dropped this bag unintentionally, full of equipment. It had my computer, it had like 2 lenses in it, it had a camera in it, GorillaPod, mic, like it was my loadout. Dropped off of my back. Don't ask how that happened. Oh, you ask how it happened? Oh, well, I told you not to, but since you did, I'll tell you. I was trying to do a ninja move with it, and it went south, and the bag dropped, like, right off my back. I don't remember actually exactly how this happened, but I think I tried to slip both arms out of the backpack at the same time, and then reach back and catch it on the handle, which sounds really dumb, but at the time, I don't know. It sounds stupid. It was stupid. It was not my brightest moment, but I gave it a shot, and this thing just dropped like a rock right on the blacktop on the road with a thud. Everything was fine. There was no damage as far as I could tell to either the bag or my equipment, and when that thing is loaded out, it's pretty heavy. It drops with some severe speed, so I can testify to the good protection of this bag. They say this thing is water resistant. What does water resistant mean? Well, I did a test on this. I absolutely drenched this thing in water. Like, you're talking like just drenched this bad boy. So as you can see, there was definitely some water that got in. The one paper towel was really wet. The one was basically dry, but the other one was kind of in between. The one that was the most wet, though, I realized that the zipper was not entirely closed, so that definitely may have been a factor in letting in that much water, but you can definitely see water seeping in through other places as well. So this backpack is water resistant, but definitely not waterproof. So if you get in a heavy downpour, you may want to use that rain cover. So let's just take a step back from like the videographer, photographer type of thing. Let's say for the average everyday consumer, is this a bag that could actually fit the average person's daily carry? Well, it depends significantly on what you're carrying, what you use your backpack for. But honestly, with how customizable it is, the second bag coming out, all the dividers being completely customizable, coming with plenty of dividers, and having a great backpack sleeve, I think the biggest difference is just how you access the main compartment. So you may be thinking, all sunshine and rainbows at this point, all these sweet features, it's durable, it's great, but there are some cons to this thing. So I'm gonna go over some cons here. I'm also gonna go over some pros, but we're gonna do the cons first. So the first con to this bag is it is a bit pricey. $200 is a lot of money to spend on a bag. You can get a camera bag for 20 bucks. So why go and spend 200? Well, there's going to be a massive quality difference in how much it's protecting your equipment, how long it's gonna last, what features you have, what space you have, but it's still a lot of money to spend on a camera backpack, and I totally understand why you wouldn't wanna spend $200 on a camera backpack. So con number 2 is the side access to the secondary bag. This bag is designed super well, except for this thing, and I don't quite understand this, but it is quite difficult to get this bag from the side access. The side access is just simply not big enough, so it makes it a quite tight fit to actually get it out of there. It's definitely doable, but it takes some working to actually get the bag out, so it's not super practical to just super quickly grab it out of there. It's going to be a little bit of a hassle to try to grab that secondary bag out of there. This thing also gives the bag great structure while it's in there. It helps it to stand a lot better. So I do like the second bag, but for some things it can be a little bit of a pain to have to unzip your bag and then open up a second thing to actually get to what you want. I personally like the system, but for some people that's going to be a con. But it's great that you can just use this bag without the second bag inside of it. You can divide that space up as you want if you don't like that secondary bag. So con number 4, this is the last con, and it is one of the inside pockets. So the pocket right here is a little bit hard to access. It's kind of covered up by this strap that runs across, which is to give this big divider added support. It's basically what all your gear is sitting on when your bag is upright. So it's good to have that support there. It just kind of blocks that pocket. So not a too big deal. You can work around it, but you can barely see what's in that pocket, which may be good if you want to just like stuff a bunch of cables in there. It might be nice that you can't see that. And of course this is customizable, so you really don't even have to have the pocket like that if you don't want to. So now on to the pros of this bag. So pro number 1, this bag has a lot of features. This thing is just packed out with zippers and pockets and extensions and places to strap stuff, places to put your batteries, and an RIDF protected pocket for your wallet. There are just so many features on this bag, and I love it. Pro number 2 is that lifetime warranty that I talked about. That is a huge win. So pro number 3, this thing is built with great quality. It's made with really tough material. It's made very well. It's built to last. This thing is built to last a long time. Pro number 4, it is fashionable. It looks great. It's fairly low profile. It looks professional. It's this nice matte black color. You can also get this in an olivine camo. So there is some variety to the looks of this bag. Pro number 6, it has a great structure. This thing stands very nicely, and that is partially credited to that secondary bag, which just helps support and hold up the weight of your camera gear. I really appreciate a bag that stands up nicely. It is so convenient. You also know your stuff is getting protected a lot better in a bag that has good structure to it than a bag that's just flopping all around. And pro number 7 is the size of this thing. There is a lot of space to this bag. It goes all the way up to 30 liters, which is a lot of space. You could strap 2 tripods to the outside, get a stabilizer in that expansion, fill it up with camera equipment, fill that second bag with a drone, or take out the second bag and use dividers to fill up that space with maybe a second camera, more lenses. There's just a lot of space, and that is great. So let me know what you think of the PGYTECH OneMo camera backpack down in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to hit me up. This is a bag I can fully recommend to you if you're in the camera world, and depending, you could even get this even if you aren't into camera gear. So if you enjoyed this in-depth review or it was helpful to you, do give it a like and drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you next week. Today we're taking a look at the PGYTECH OneMo camera backpack, and you can finally stop popping in the PGYTECH OneMo camera backpack. One of those had to be good. So there's a standard top handle. So on the inside, really less shallow, if that makes any sense. Less shallow, it's a strap that you, as well as a shoulder. Okay. If you don't even want to just, so that is just like all this. Divide this space as you. You can make. Is that having to put your this one has this one has a price debatable on an RDIF and an RID